Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Learn. We'll be discussing week 4 content today. So let's begin. Just as we speak, we often write to argue. There are always two sides or even more. Language of argument is different. Here we need to talk about at least two competing issues. And the language should be appropriate. And during these arguments, we can find such expressions like on, as far as well as, on one hand and the other, etc. And these documents of this kind frequently use adjectives of comparison. If you see the example here, solar power is the least polluting option. We can also have words like most, more, less, little, much, many, etc. So various degrees of comparison of adjectives can be seen, and also so might there be adverbs. If you see the example here, most, actually, such words are used. So may there be nouns, particularly non-proper nouns like the following. Majority groups that have always been ignored unless they have assured profit. Half the population in metro cities never works. So non-proper nouns, adjectives, adverbs, all these are used. Then there are expressions demanding consideration such as before you conclude, one can as well see, etc. And these are some characteristics of writing to argue. If you see the example here, you can see no longer, increasingly, likely, used in an argument. And you can, if you want to know more about it, you can read some currently debated subjects, and you can find such expressions in those. So if you see, the structure of argument is given here. Statement of the situation is given first, then followed by arguments in favor of the other side, against the other, etc. And final part being overview, and reaches at last the conclusion. So this is the structure of argument. Often complex sentences are used, and even simple sentences can occur. For example, stars twinkle, planets do not. Such things also have complex sentences using if, then, while, this, whereas, there, as, so, etc. And coming to the next part, lab manuals. Many students work in laboratories, write and use manuals of what they do, and later write records on what they do and see and what they observe. And these are generally in the nature of recipes we often come across in learning to cook. From the point of view of language, this is not a very complex piece of writing, but it is a very interesting one, and it is also useful. It also needs accuracy in terms of words. Whether if you want to state things and actions of the sequence of how to do the procedure, everything needs accurate terms in lab manuals. Making tea, a sample, like an example for writing lab manual is given. You can see here the way ingredients are listed down, then the steps clearly, each and every small and even small steps are also mentioned. You can go through. Coming to the next part, do not start writing at once. You have to create a synopsis first. What is a synopsis? It is an overview. Synopsis is an overview. You can also think of examples, illustrations, different kinds of evidences and ideas to clarify the subject. Whatever topic you're taking, you have to create a synopsis first. A synopsis is an overview, like you stand on the rooftop and look at the entire city or village. For a good essay, a good synopsis is important. It should include everything. It should have all the important things and should cover the entire topic. Designing a good synopsis can help you write the best essay you are capable of writing. And if you have 30 minutes to write an essay, you should at least spend 5 minutes to write the synopsis, the overview of the topic you are writing about. And it will save your time, and it will also allow you to write the best essay possible. And the next important point being, a good essay is not possible without revision. Revision will help you get rid of those little mistakes. So while you're writing, unintentionally you make a lot of mistakes. So revision is important to get rid of these little mistakes. It can happen due to oversight or slip of hand or anything. So on the whole, if you have 30 minutes for an essay, at least 5 minutes you should spend for revising the whole. So 5 minutes for writing synopsis and 5 minutes for revising is mandatory for writing an essay. And it should also have some stories and anecdotes in it. And what are anecdotes? It's a small story about a real event, like which actually happened. The story can be included in synopsis in the form of instances and illustrations. While writing, at least about 20 to 25% of time and words may be given to illustration and instances from your experience. So while writing an essay, you can spend 20 to 20% of time for writing these anecdotes, illustrations, or any short stories. And the final draft must be easy and interesting to read. And another main point being, sentences and paragraphs there must not remain unconnected. It means they must be connected. One must lead to the other must follow the preceding. And some of these devices to make them remain connected are as follows. Example, for example, henceforth, illustrating, nevertheless, etc. There are many. You should use the relative ones so that they remain connected. Using these markers, using prepositions properly, using pronouns only after nouns, etc., strings the sentences into meaningful paragraph. Along with making sure that they remain connected, should also make sure that they have a meaning, they make a sense. So this is all is about week 4 content. So let's move ahead to graded assignment. A good essay needs revision. True. 20 to 25% of the time and words may be given to illustrations while writing an essay. True. We have seen all of these just a minute before. Sentences and paragraphs must not remain connected while writing an essay. So they're saying must not remain connected. False. They should remain connected. And the fourth one, a good essay must have a synopsis. True, it must have a synopsis. I have noted down the question wrong, so it's okay. A good essay must have a synopsis. If it's must have a synopsis, then it's true. If in the question it's given must not have a synopsis, then it's false. So see that according to what you have in your graded assignment. When we write to argue, the final part usually takes an overview and reaches an acceptable conclusion. True. The final part is always an overview and a conclusion. So I'm hoping that everything is clear for you. Week 4 does not have any grammar part, and all the activity questions have only essays. So if you like to practice, if you want a grip on English, you can practice them. But this week do not have a higher weightage. So thank you everyone.